Hi guys, welcome to another C# tutorial. I'm Josef Botnar. In this video tutorial I'm going to talk about the differences between static methods and non-static methods. A static method belongs to the class itself, while a non-static method belongs to each object generated from that class. That means if you wanted to access a non-static method in C#, you need to create a reference variable which will be able to store an object. So in other words, you need to do a class instance to be able to access a non-static method, while static method doesn't need a class instance to be called, to be accessed. Let's go ahead and make an example. I'm going to do an application named calculator, a console application which will calculate simple calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's go ahead and create a new project. Select the console app and write here in this box the name of your application. Let it be calculator, and I'm gonna to put here 001 because I think I did before this application. So I've got this application in my computer. Press OK. Here you go. I'm going to create another class named calculator. Add. And here in this class I'm going to create a few static methods. This is going to be a public static method which will have an integer type named add with two parameters a and b and curly brackets, and return addition between a and b, a plus b. So as you can see, to build a static method you should write access specifier. This public is an access specifier, and after this keyword static, the return type, in my case integer, this int means integer, and followed by the name of this method, namely add. Inside this parentheses of this method add, I've got these two parameters a and b, because the return type is int. That means this static method will return a value using this keyword return, and this method will return the sum between these two parameters a and b. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm gonna to copy this method a few times. Okay, let it be here sub from a subtraction, and here a multiplication, division. I'm going to change here the operator and here as well. Okay. So let's go here in the main method to call these static methods, which I have created in this file calculator inside this class calculator. I'm going to use this console write line to be able to display the result in console. So addition, the name of the class calculator, and the name of the method, and inside the parentheses I'm going to write the arguments which this method is going to send into the add method. Let it be 20 and 80. Yeah, let's copy this line a few times. Here you go. Here I'm going to write sub from subtraction. That means that method will do the subtraction between these two arguments. Multiplication. Here you go. And division. Here you go. I've got just 4 methods, 4 static methods. So I'm going to remove this line. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's all. Okay, that's fine. And here I'm going to use this console read line. Why I use this? Because this read line method will read new line of characters from standard input stream, and this one will make the console to get stuck on my screen till I will press enter key. If I am not going to use this read line method, this console and read line method, I can't have stuck the console on my screen until I press key enter. Let's start this application. So I'm going to press this button start. Here you go. This is the result of my application. I've got here a problem, addition 0, but otherwise I should change here, because not all operation is about addition. Here I've got subtraction. The next one is multiplication, and the last one is division. Here you go, and I should go here inside the class calculator, and I should change here the type, the return time, from int to double. Yeah, and I should change here as well for the division method from integer to double. And to avoid any confusion, I'm going to change for parameters as well the type, the return type, and here double as well. And the same for multiplication. Here you go. So if I remove this console read line, let's see what is going to happen. I'm going to press again this start button. As you can see, the console was stuck on my screen for a while and after disappeared. So that's why to be able to get stuck the console on my screen, I use this read line. I press again this button start, and now you can see how this console is stuck on my screen, and we can see the result of this application. So the result of addition 100, the result of subtraction 100 as well. I don't think this is correct here. I should go to check again. I was rushed a bit. Yeah, because I should change the operator. Minus, I've got here for addition plus, for subtraction minus. This operator for multiplication is okay, and this one for division is okay as well. Okay, let's start again this application. And here you go. Now the result is correct. For addition is 100, for subtraction minus 60, for multiplication 1600, and for division 0.25. So this is the result of this application. But what is important, what I wanted to show you, is all these static methods, because I used inside this calculator class just static methods, all these add, sub, multiplication and division methods are static because I use this keyword static. And as you can see, I accessed all method add, sub, multiplication and division using the class itself, the name of class itself, without using class instance. Let's see what is going to happen if I'm going to use a non-static method. So I'm going to remove this static from here, from this method multiplication. In this moment, this method is a non-static method because it doesn't contain that keyword static here. Yeah, and I'm gonna go in main method, and already I received here errors, and under my cursor there is an explanation. An object reference is required for the non-static field. So to be able to access non-static field, a non-static method in my case, you need to create an object. You need to create a reference variable which is able to store an object. How you can do this? You go here and create a reference variable using the name of the class, and let's write the name on reference variable statistics. Okay, new calculator, and here you go. And here I should use the name of the object, the name of the reference variable which stored the object, this statistics. Yeah, here you go. Now the errors disappeared. In this moment I don't have any errors. I'm going to run this application. And as you can see, the result is the same. Now the application works because this multiplication method in this moment is a non-static method. As you can see here, I changed that this method from a static to non-static method. This method doesn't contain this keyword static. Yeah, this method has only the access specifier public, the return type double, and the name of this method. So it doesn't contain this keyword static. This method is a non-static method. So that's why this method needs object to be generated to be able to be accessed. And now you can see clear what is the difference between static method and non-static method. This add, sub, and division are static methods. As you can see, they use to be accessed class itself. So we have the name of class itself, calculator, while this multiplication non-static method use the name of a reference variable which store an object. In other words, use the name of objects to be able to be accessed this non-static method. Okay, I think now the things are clear. If I change here the name of object with the name of the class itself, calculator, you will see I receive already errors. I press this button start, and here you go. I press now, and here you can see the type of errors. I give a double click on this, and you can see what is the problem. An object reference is required for the non-static field. I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to write the name of object, statistics, and this is the way to access a non-static method. Another thing which is important is how these parameters are sent by the caller. I've got, for example, for add method, these two arguments, 20 and 80, and for each method here, the arguments, the values are sent into the methods by value. To demonstrate this, I'm gonna to create inside this method add another variable, integer variable sum, which will do the sum between a and b, and here I'm going to assign another values for a and b variable, and here I'm going to write this variable sum. So now let's run again this application, and here you go. As you can see, the result for addition is the same, 100. Even I change the value for these two parameters, for these two variables, a and b, so the result it should be 20, but we still with 100 this method will return the sum of these two arguments, 20 and 80. Even I changed on these lines the values for these two variables, a and b. Why this happened? This happens because the caller is not able to see these changes, because these changes are copy. These values doesn't change the original. So mainly this method add is not able to see the changes, and that's why this method will return the same result. Let's comment this. Another difference is between a static method and non-static method is the fact that the static method can access only static variables, while non-static method can access either static variables or non-static variables. So let's do an example. I'm going to declare here a static integer variable C. I'm going to assign it with 100, and another public integer non-static variable D equal with 50. And now I'm gonna to add here, where I've got this non-static method multiplication, C, which is a static variable, and D, which is a non-static variable. Let's see if this application works. Yeah, this application works, and the result for multiplication was changed. So this means non-static method can access, can use either static or non-static variables, while static method can access only static variables. So I'm going to change here. I'm going to write a plus b plus c. So let's see now how the application works. As you can see, the result was changed. The result of addition is 200. So because it was at this 100, which is the value for this static C integer variable. Let's see if I can add as well D variable, which is a non-static variable. We already received errors, so I'm going to press the start button now, and here you can see we have the description, invalid expression, and I'm going to give a double click on this, and I go over oh sorry, here should be just D. I don't know what happened. Let's start again this application now. Yeah, and I go over here, and you see here the explanation. An object reference is required for the non-static field. So static method cannot access a non-static variable. Let's run again this application. Here you go. Now it works because I removed the non-static variables here from inside this static method add. So that's all for today. What you should keep in your mind, a static method belongs to the class itself, as you can see in this example. To access these methods, add, sub, and division, I use the name of class itself. So the static method doesn't need a class instance, doesn't need an object to be accessed. While a non-static method belongs to each object created from that class. As you can see in this example, I created this object statistics to be able to access this multiplication non-static method. A static method uses this keyword static, while a non-static method doesn't use that static keyword. Also, a static method can access only static variables, while non-static method can access either static or non-static variables. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. I'm waiting for you to watch my another video tutorials. See you next time. Bye.